Good morning, everyone. Oh, I just saw the best post ever. Every once in a while, I come across one. Happy lazy Sunday, everyone. What? I posted it. I shared it on my feed as a Sunday sermon short. What else do you need? Here's a guy just talking with this absolute conviction of how awesome mothers are. How awesome they are. Women, mothers are the heroes of the world. Oh my gosh, it just loved it. Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. A priceless gem. Yep, I came across. Oh, so before I get started, I know. You guys direct me. Start with the right thing first. Our celestial condition established heaven on earth. It's going to happen, even though I saw some stuff this morning going, oh, where is this all going to go? But, well, there it is, right? I was a blessed child, peace in mankind, care and love for every dependent child. Peace. Every child feels secure, which reflects cause and effect in the child's life. Peace. Every child eats. Peace. Every child is warmed in cold times. Peace. Understanding a child's growth in troubling times, then to guide the child to attain harmony with peace. I am peace as a father, as a mother, as a son, as a daughter of God. Peace, to become the best I can be for every child. Repentance, knowing every child is deserving of peace. Prayer, knowing every child comes first. Restored, conditions are fulfilled when every child is loved and cared for. Death separates us from our earthly path to attain peace. Our taught descendants are the future, the change of lineage, God's lineage in action, the true cause and effect in a child's harmonious and happy life. There is nothing else that will do that. Done. I am an adult, ashamed to ask for anything from my heavenly parents for myself. If a child on earth needs my prayers and conditions greater than I, yet then, again, as a mother, how I feel about this, right? Then something like this comes to my attention on early morning Sunday, right? Yes, there are the rewards right there. I'm listening and I'm just, my shoulders straightened up. Oh heck yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, my heart just melted right away. It wasn't just listening to this guy. I just melted away. Yes, thank you. So grateful for that. Right? Yes. See? Yeah. Just because we become more selfless when it comes to certain things, God rewards us straight away. That gives us the encouragement. Gives us. That's the God I know. Peace will happen when peace can be found in every child. I will be less than any child that suffers due to mankind's unkindness. Spirit world will hold us all accountable, regardless. Remember that. Okay. Done with that. So before I read, obviously, it seems like to me that most of the books, not all in Genesis, though there too in a way. Oh, God's not in Bible. Religion and politics, right? Church and state. That's a separate. Really? How is that? If you read the Old Testament, this is all. It is all politics in a way. Putting in a government, putting in people who lead, make the decisions, hand down the guidance, and then people move forward as one in a way, right? Yes. So God's very political, right? Very political. So the real question is, why do people want to separate church and state? Huh? Oh, is that separate? Huh? Oh. Interesting. So I saw, and I put that one on as a Sunday sermon as well. Because, as I said, there's no separation, right? So here's one guy, and he's got this panel of people responsible for, I guess, the climate change or climate something, infrastructure, this and all that kind of together. So he asks him this question. So, who knows how much percentage of CO2 is actually in the air? Okay, naturally in the air. Okay, naturally, CO2 is not it's not just us who are producing it by cars, industry, and all that other jazz, man-made stuff. It actually occurs naturally in nature, including what we breathe out, for example. Okay. In any case, but they combine it, and whatever we create cause and naturally occurs. So he asked him the question: how many percent of that is CO2 is in the air out there right now? It was comical. They didn't know. They didn't know, yet they're the experts when it comes to deciding what we get to do and what we don't get to do, what they're going to do and what they're not going to do, where the money is going, this and that. Okay, but they didn't know. Right? They came up with 5, 7, and 8%. Right? I was like, oh, and then they kind of joked about it. Right? Neither of them knowing anything. There wasn't one. There was 12 people sitting there with this one guy on the other side. 12 people, and neither of them, though they're supposed to be experts in all that, knew. By the way, it's 0.04%. And we are responsible for between 32 and 40% within that. Okay? Now, here's the thing. He also told them, said, you do know that if the CO2 on Earth drops below 0.02%, everything starts dying as well. And it takes, oh gosh, let me think. It takes hundreds of percent, 400 and something percent, for the air here to not become breathable anymore, where we also would be perishing. Okay. Oh, interesting. Huh? Yes, one could go a little deeper, right? And study that a little bit more, right? Yes. Was that just one guy? All right, that's his side, right? Okay. He asked certain other questions as well, and it was literally the one guy who was in charge of infrastructure, this and that. So how do you look at the problems that we're having due to the fact that you guys are passing bills that makes it impossible for products to be able to be moved now because we're not having enough truckers who can afford to buy these electric trucks and all that, right? Okay. Guys, I don't know. He had not even an answer. He had nothing for that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right. Now, I shared that to say, one of my comments on it was, I know that we don't have the smartest tools in the shed anymore in politics. Okay? I got that. But I didn't know they were that uneducated. Yet in charge of that particular division in politics. That's a little something that anybody should wake up to, I think. Yeah, I mean, there's other things going on out there to say, okay, well, so it is what it's going to be, But in things like this, you have to just wonder, okay, so what is their agenda? They're talking about things that should worry us, and we should, regardless, we should curb certain things that we spray out there, because it is affecting the wildlife out there, the insects we also desperately need. This and that. It does. It is. Okay. But if, as a common person like me, knows more than them, or is willing to be educated, then, because I went straight away and went, okay, let me go and check this out. Is this all true? I already knew some things more than them, but okay, and I know more than they do. And they're getting paid how much? This isn't something that they needed to go to school for 4 years to know this bit of information, right? To then tutor the people. Okay, look, guys, this is where we're at, and we'd like to not go over this percentage, so that things keep being stabilized. But we have room to work, right? Yes? Okay. I got all my info for free, basically. Okay, I paid the internet bill. But really? If one has, how did they get their job? How did our politicians get their job? That's what I'd like to know. And what qualifies them to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year getting paid by us? And they know less than we do. In what they are supposed to be the experts at. Okay? Well, anyway, had my say there. So again, I'm just baffled every day over stuff like that, There's no need to get upset. It's more, I think that philosophers are considered that because as a true philosopher, you don't get mad. Right? You acknowledge what is going on, and then if nothing changes, then so be it, right? That's the philosophy of that. But if, I have no idea, do we even have any kind of way of still kind of being able to express ourselves where we're being taken seriously? Or that we can replace people, where you have these people should all be replaced. Most likely there would be, these are all older people, you could tell, okay, one or two, okay, 40s, early 50s or something, and some older. They should all be replaced by people in their late 20s and 30s who actually have way more knowledge than that, right? Then to be able to make decisions for the whole of the people that make way more sense, that aren't going to be destructive, right, to our life here in the United States. But do we even have that power anymore as the people? I don't think so. I think it's gone far enough out of hand that you're going to have, all you can do is be that philosopher, truthful, and just watch. Say, okay. In the meantime, make sure that no matter where you live, either move out of the cities, find yourself a little place. You still have time. Okay, time. That's what we did. Did we do it for that purpose? I love the mountains. So done. I didn't leave the city because I had a great life in the city too. Got tired of it. Didn't want to be there anymore. I love this. I love living here. This is the environment that fits myself, my personality, what I need the most. Yes. So get ready. Make sure you have some kind of a way to collect rainwater if you're not in a place like us here. Well, that's what we do too. Plus underground. We have our own water here. We're not dependent on anything out there. Every once in a while, yeah, we have to haul in water, but I was without water here, not for long. But when you live with other people and they want it right away again the next day, not run out, and okay, we still can do that. So we haul in water, right? But that's once a year, maybe twice a year. Sometimes not at all. Can you live without electricity? Can you? Can you live without the internet? Can you? Do you have some food source around you? I grew food, a lot of food in the city too. Yeah. By the way, there's a lot of trees there that have fruit on it in every city that I've ever been, including here in town, where apples and pears are just laying on the ground rotting. Yes. Oh, that happens to me. I immediately go, knock, knock, knock. Can I? Would it be okay? Yeah. And most of the time, yeah. Oh yeah, help yourself. And yeah, I pack. Don't have apple trees here or pear trees. Yeah. We have a mulberry tree though now that carries. Our peach trees are. I'm not saying anything because not had good luck with our peach trees. Not at all. So, all right, let's get to reading here. Interesting. So, be prepared. That's the best I can tell you. Right? Yeah, be a little prepared. Start to study up on some things that you and your family will survive. Right? Yes. No, not painting the devil on the wall or whatever. Right? It's just again, have some knowledge that if you need it, it is there. Right? Get prepared a little bit. There's nothing more beautiful to do when you have children still young enough, teenagers too can be interested. If they're still with you in the house, say, guys, we're going to start growing a garden. We're going to check and see what we need, what's easy to. You don't have to have a whole lawn or whatever. Then that you, all you need is some 5-gallon buckets or bags. Right? Go and look up some videos on how to grow food in simple ways. Yes, make sure they're heirloom seeds so that then you can get the seeds again from what your plants produce and you can grow them again next year. You won't have to pay for seeds either. Do you know what I mean? Yes? Best thing. Yes, okay. You can do that on a balcony too. My sister had a friend in Switzerland. She passed away now. I passed away a long time ago. She had a balcony, I'm not kidding, 8 feet maybe by 4 feet, and it was loaded with vegetables and flowers. But she grew vegetables on her balcony, just like that. And it was just a greenhouse, the whole balcony. All right, that little balcony. Yes. Okay. So we're in Deuteronomy 5. The 10 Commandments. We're back to the 10 Commandments. I'm going to mark this. Actually, I'm going to mark all of the. When I find those, I want to know how many times I'm going to find these. Mark them in the other one too. My eyes will fall right on it, and I will go through the Bible. Okay. Deuteronomy 5 to 10 Commandments. Moses called all Israel together and said to them, "Listen, Israel, to the laws and customs that I proclaim to you today. Learn them and take care to observe them. Yahweh our God made a covenant with us at Horeb. Yahweh made this covenant not with our ancestors, but with us, with all of us alive here today, on the mountain from the heart of the fire. Yahweh spoke to you face to face, while I stood between you and Yahweh to let you know what Yahweh was saying. Since you were afraid of the fire and had not gone up the mountain." Well, they weren't allowed to go up the mountain. God said, don't go up there. Tell them to stay down there. He said, now it sounds like since you didn't go, you were afraid. But as far as I remember, God said, no, you're the only one who comes up here. I don't want anybody else. Otherwise, they're going to die. Right? Now, why is it worded like this here? Aha. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is, right? Okay. So, which one is it? Well, which one would, okay, all right, be more according to how we know God? That would be this one then. It's the people who were afraid. God did not deny them closeness. Right? Yes. They weren't going to die. God never said anything like that then. Right? That makes more sense, doesn't it? Oh, you see? You start reading and you start thinking, you're going, and suddenly you come across, oh, that was most likely how it was like, huh? Okay, now here it comes out. Lies only last so long, or misinterpretations. Okay. He said, I'm Yahweh your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the place of slave labor. You will have no gods other than me. You must not make yourselves any image or any likeness of anything in heaven above or on earth beneath or in the waters under the earth. You must not bow down to these gods or serve them. For I, Yahweh, your God, am a jealous God, and I punish the parents' fault in the children, the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren, among those who hate me. But I show faithful love to thousands to those who love me and keep my commandments. Again, and I have a feeling, as I said, we're going to get to the New Testament. We're going to get the truth in that one as well. It's not, and I've said this how many times before. Why would you want to believe that God is a jealous God? This is what caused the problem in the Garden of Eden. Jealousy. Jealousy of an angel who couldn't take it, that suddenly now the love of God is going towards these two beings that he, in a way, anointed with his breath. The angel, that archangel Lucifer, couldn't take it. What? That's where what was born, in a way. One wonders, really? Why did that have to happen? Or how is this even possible with everything the way it was created? These kind of feelings and this shouldn't be possible, right? Yes, if we're all 100% controlled, but we're not. We have free will. And obviously the angels are also free thinkers. Interesting? Yes. So, it takes what? Commitment, persistence to not, and what not to do, to not be influenced by negative feelings, by negativity, that then work through it, but don't hurt others with it. Right? You know what I mean? Yes. So here, though, we have a jealous God. Something that, as I said, in the Garden of Eden created so much havoc. He's doing that. God's doing that. Really? How is that possible? And who's God? What God are we talking about here again? Not the one I know. So, was God, is this in the first commandment as they explain it? It's more, I can't be with you. You will not have the protection of heaven or the guidance of heaven if you decide on certain things where I won't be able to be a part of, because you don't want me there. It's not that I don't want to be there. You don't want me there. And then things happen as they do. Oh, I thought the dogs were back. It's Maverick's tail swishing right there by the door. Anywho, so let's clear that up. Every time I come across that, I'm going, no, then other things don't make sense anymore. Right? And that's what keeps people, when they start reading the Bible from God, they go, oh yeah, I'm going to read this. And then go, Yeah. Thing is, they get to the New Testament, right? Then their heart really gets activated. And they work through, right? Yes, the inconsistencies that are absolutely there, right, in the Old Testament. Yes? Yeah. Well, anyway. And, of course, once you start searching for God, he's right there with you. Right? Start searching for Jesus, he's right there with you. Right? Then you start having certain things that are happening in your life, and you realize, oh, what's going on? Why did that not happen before in my life? That's part of that. Don't have other gods before me, because guess what? Your life ain't going to go as good. And it won't go, because you won't be teaching your children and your grandchildren this. It won't go as good for them either. You may have everything that you want, but within you, inside of you, something will be missing. You feel empty. Right? So you may have everything that you want, and most likely a cabinet full of what? Medication. For who knows what. Right? Not everyone, but it's kind of what I've noticed. Okay. You must not misuse the name of Yahweh your God, for Yahweh will not leave unpunished anyone who uses his name for what is false. As far as I know, if that were true to this day, but again, it's meant a little different as well. The ones that are being punished when people abuse God's name, and that's not just with foul language and stuff like that, but also with using God's name then to twist his words around, fit their agenda, and yes, oftentimes for what? Money. Get money out of you or something. Yes. It's the little ones that, with the foul energy, sadly, that creates, and it's foul energy that gets created with all that, and it attacks the weakest ones in our society. That's the children. You don't believe me? Well, I could tell you a story on why I know that's true, but we're going to just keep going because I've already told the story. Maybe I will, maybe not. But I had a vision on that, and it was so profound. And so all I need to say here for right now is it's attack. That's the punishment. Yeah, you don't get you. It's not you who gets punished. You never thought of that, did you? Huh? You do something. It's not you who gets punished. Huh? You people just need to think about that a little bit. Say, oh, what? How's it possible for so many children to be abused out there, especially when it comes to the realm of love? How's that possible? How's that even possible? Huh? Because in many ways, in particular, breaking the second commandment, we're contributing. We're all contributing to that. That's why it's possible. Observe the Sabbath day and keep it holy, as Yahweh your God has commanded you. Labor for 6 days, doing all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath for Yahweh your God. You must not do any work that day, neither you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your servants, male or female, nor your ox, nor your donkey, nor any of your animals, nor the foreigner who has made his home with you, so that your servants, male and female, may rest, as you do. Remember that you were once a slave in Egypt, and that Yahweh your God brought you out of there with mighty hand and outstretched arm. This is why Yahweh your God has commanded you to keep the Sabbath day. Wow. Teaching the people to do what? Care for what they are responsible. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It sounds like one of the birds are, oh my gosh, our bird population here is phenomenal this year. Phenomenal. We've had 2 of them now that we've seen. One is the white-crested sparrow, I think. White-crested sparrow, which comes from, in the fall, comes from all the way from Alaska, goes all the way to Mexico. And we've just seen a couple here, and now they're flying back, and they have come through here. Yeah, sparrow. Pff, what's that? Just okay. All right. Doesn't have a fancy name. It's a white-crested sparrow. And so we immediately, that's a new one. Let's read up. Right? And just found out this amazing distances these birds are traveling, and they came through here. So we're only going to get them to see when? In the spring, right? Yes. Then there was another one. Come on, Daniela. I can't remember. And we're looking for one that supposedly is extinct. It's a you see, I have 2 people here that are really good with all this, so I don't feel like I need to retain that knowledge because all I have to do is ask them. Right? Yes, they're the experts. But we've been hearing new sounds that the bird sound in the morning especially is so much more elevated now. I mean, there's so much more of it than there used to be years ago. I'm telling you what, you got a clean environment, yes, and all kinds of wildlife gets attracted, yes. Well, anyway, we may have a bear too now, so I'm hoping it was just traveling through because that's what bears do. And yeah, well, we'll see. Okay. So, Sabbath day isn't just, again, I'm reading, getting a little more. Well, it said that in the other one too. Don't forget to let things rest. What happens when you overuse something? It breaks apart. It exhausts itself. Right? Yes. Right? There are workaholics in this world. There are. They just won't quit until they literally end up in the hospital, right? Hooked up to an IV. It's just so silly. Why would you do that to yourself? Look, God cares about you. Listen to this commandment, right? Yes? Okay. So again, rather than, if we listen to God's heart, rather than, you better not. Now, don't pick up sticks or you're going to be taken out to camp and stoned to death. No, this is care about you. Right? You work hard, but you must rest. So what is God giving us here? Right? Guidance when it comes to our what? Physical health. Okay, then we get some spiritual nourishment as well, right? Yes, because we go to church, read the Bible, take, breathe in, what? Yahweh. Yeah, 4 consonants. Right? Yes, 22,000 times a day. You will only be aware of things like that when you rest. Huh? Okay. All right. Cool. Honor your father and your mother, as Yahweh your God has commanded you, so that you may have long life, and may prosper in the country which Yahweh your God is giving you. Honor your father and your mother, as Yahweh your God has commanded you. You must not kill. You must not commit adultery. You must not steal. You must not give false evidence against your fellow. If any of this needs to be explained, then I can't help you. This should be, there's no mystery here to me. What is correct and what isn't done. Now let the excuses stand as well. Oh. Which brings me to another one. A brother in faith as well, Doug. He had this little thing on. About truth and empathy, and that truth doesn't need empathy. Now, what I've immediately came to my mind was truth doesn't need neither empathy or sympathy. Yet, truth is used for empathy, sympathy, and excuses. Yet, truth just is. It just is. You can't change it. You can't twist it around. You can't. Yes. And the truth in these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 commandments, it's there. And it just is. And just because you want empathy and sympathy and excuses to go with them, which means change in the truth, well, you do what you want, but that's not the truth anymore. Because truth just is. Done. Okay. You must not set your heart on your neighbor's spouse. You must not set your heart on your neighbor's house, or field, or servant, man or woman, or ox, or donkey, or any of your neighbor's possessions. So basically here, God tells us don't be jealous. Yet, we portray him as a what? For I, Yahweh, your God, am a jealous God. Okay. Gotcha. I'm not sure whose words these are. Somebody said, oh, that's just an angel. They didn't talk to God. It's just an angel. Okay. Not sure what kind of angel God sent. Maybe one that wasn't informed either. God might have said, look, I'm going to send you, but you're going to have to go and study up on this first. Angel goes, then went and took a nap, right? Yes? And I was, oh, I'm ready to go. I got this, I got this. Yeah, did he have it? If that's the case, right? Yes? Yeah. All righty. I don't know. Ooh, that angel may have been put in a corner somewhere, and when he got back, okay, all right. Just saying. That's it. Truth is. Just is. Truth just is, so. But that doesn't mean you can't turn that around. Okay. These were the words Yahweh spoke to you when you were all assembled on the mountain. Now, they were on the mountain. Thunderously he spoke to you from the heart of the fire, in cloud and thick darkness. What? From the heart of the fire. Well, from the heart of the fire, in cloud and thick darkness. That's an odd one. I can't even. What is it? Fire is not dark. It gives off a lot of light. A heart of a fire. The heart of the fire. If God was speaking through that, well, that would have been. I remember that grandfather fire. That was blazing so bright. It wasn't higher. They didn't make a bigger bonfire or anything with it, but it was definitely much brighter than when we started that fire. So I'm not sure what they're talking about here. Yeah, dear me, yeah. Storytellers. I'm telling you what, storytellers have a good imagination too. So anyway, okay, it's okay, it's all right. I'm getting what they're talking about, but again, so they were on top of the mountain now. Suddenly, I'm not getting it. He added nothing, but wrote them on 2 tablets of stone, which he gave to me. Ooh, I so much want to. That's the one thing. How did that really work there on that mountain? I want to know how that worked. Moses the mediator. Now having heard this voice coming out of the darkness while the mountain was all on fire, you came to me, all of you, heads of tribes and elders, and said, Yahweh our God has shown us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice from the heart of the fire. Wait a minute. So now are they all still? Then what was the problem? So they all, what is this? Why did the Israelites have such a hard time to just stay content? If they had, all of them, this kind of... Okay, it was the heads. You came to me, all of you heads of tribes and elders. Ah, okay. All right. So there's room left for the other thing. Okay, got it. Today we have seen that God can speak with a human being and that person still live. Ah, looky there. So why should we expose ourselves to death again? For this great fire might devour us if we go on listening to the voice of Yahweh our God. What? Wait. What just happened here? Oh, Moses tells them. I guess okay, here we go again. Let's read this one more time. So, what now? Now, having heard this voice coming out of the darkness, while the mountain was all on fire, you came to me, all of you, heads of tribes and elders, and said, Yahweh our God has shown us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice from the heart of the fire. Oh, okay, that's the heads of the tribes and elders talking. Today we have seen that God can speak with a human being and that person still live. So why should we expose ourselves to death again? For this great fire might devour us if we go on listening to the voice of Yahweh our God, and then we should die. And prophets and spiritualists were born. Is that it? They had a mediator, so they didn't feel like they needed to do anything. Oh, gotcha. For what creature of flesh could possibly live after hearing, as we have heard, the voice of the living God speaking from the heart of the fire? Well, but they did. Go nearer yourself and listen to everything that Yahweh our God may say, and then tell us everything that Yahweh our God has told you. We shall listen and put it into practice. Remember what I said in the beginning about well, are we going to let, the disappointment is there that, they're so, don't know anything, these politicians, so not knowledgeable about what they should be. Because I depend on their knowledge then. Right? Okay, they're getting paid a lot of money, okay, for all this. So, but what did I say? So here, what are they doing? Well, since you are the, right? Yeah, yeah. Since you are the one, you get closer. You're fine. You don't have to worry about getting hurt. So we're going to let you do that. Then you come to us and let us know, right? Yes. What is that? They just abdicated responsibility themselves. As who? Heads of tribes and elders. Interesting. So the message from God is going to go to Moses. Then Moses retains what he retains, and then has to communicate that, right, with words. Okay. So then he goes to the heads of tribes and elders and gives them the message that he understood to give. Then these guys go and tell each their tribes and heads of and clans. Right? Remember that game where you whisper something in someone's ear, like a sentence, and then go about through 10 people, and the sentence isn't even what it was anymore? Completely different sentence. And what did I say? I said, look, I don't know if there is any way to change anything out there anymore when it comes to our politicians. Right? Do we even have a say anymore? The thing is, figure it out on your own. Figure out how you, your family, your clan, your tribe, your community will survive without anything. Then what do you have to do? You're going to have to study nature. Got that? You need to work together. What is that? Listening to God. Adhere to the principles of creation and the principles of love. Right? What else? What would happen otherwise? Conflict will do what? Wipe out whole tribes, whole clans. Yes? Okay. Makes sense, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Wow, look at that. Yahweh heard what you were saying to me, and he then said to me, oh, I have heard what these people are saying. Everything they have said is well said. If only their heart were always so, set on fearing me and on keeping my commandments. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. So let's keep reading. Just saying, truth just is. What did they just make out of the truth here? Huh? Yes? Empathy, sympathy, excuses. Oh, is that really God speaking? Okay, all right. Hey, people are crafty. They were at that time too. If their heart were always so, set on fearing me and on keeping my commandments, so that they and their children might prosper forever. Oh. Go and tell them to go back to their tents, but you yourself stay here with me, and I shall tell you all the commandments, the laws and the customs which you are to teach them, and which they are to observe in the country, which I am giving them as their possession. What I found is that God always works with the little that there is. If there is the smallest percentage of willingness there, if there is that little tiny seed it's still there. It hasn't withered off. It hasn't died. It is there. It's just waiting to start to sprout. He's going to work with whatever there is to be with you, to get you back. To get you back. for you to come home. Okay? Yeah. So, but as far as, okay, yep, I see. I'm looking at today's situation with a lot of things, and yep, oh, okay, what sounds good. At that time, I bet you this sounds really good. Yeah. But what are the effects of that? If the heads of the tribes and the elders would have been a little more courageous, they said, you know what? We're not just going to make you carry that on your shoulders. We're going to come and listen as well. And then maybe we can, the one thing, right? If I see a mediation going on between God and the people of Moses, then it would be, we have some questions. Can you ask God these questions and clarify some of the laws given, for example? Right? Because here now is Moses all by himself doing this, right? Not a great orator. Right? And maybe not everything was quite as clear as it should be. Okay. Or people found loopholes, as they often do. All right, last little bit. The love Yahweh is the essence of the law. To love Yahweh is the essence of the law. Oh, well, makes perfect sense. Now, keep them and put them into practice. Such is Yahweh's command to you. Stray neither to right nor to left. Okay. Stray neither to right or to left. What does that mean? No changing things. Truth just is. These laws, these commandments, these 10 items just are. You don't get to change them for your empathy, sympathy, and excuses you need then to do whatever you want anyway. Or to break them in a way where, yeah, but that's not breaking those laws. That's just, we need to. Okay, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. Okay, gotcha. I think God does too. Follow the whole way that Yahweh has marked for you, and you will survive to prosper and live long in the country which you are going to possess. Okay. Well, I want to say something, but we're going to get into that later on again. And as we go farther into it again, you will have more knowledge, right? Yes, you'll gain more insight. Then, meditating, reflecting before reacting. Meditating, you'll be there with me reading the Bible, right? Then, when there is, as Moses as a mediator would do, gives more to the people, then it's better understood, right? That's when you grow together spiritually. Right? Yes, everybody grows individually, spiritually, but to grow as a collective spiritually, that's even more beautiful. That's when harmony and peace really can start to flourish on earth. Heaven on earth. Yes? All right, let's leave it at that. Happy Lazy Sunday. May God bless you and protect you, and I will talk to you another time.